Hi guys, a lot of y'all are pursuing CFA already from Zell, and I'm sure some of y'all watching this video might be interested in pursuing the CFA qualification, which is why you have searched for this video to understand how you pass your CFA level 1 exam. So I'll discuss a few strategies with y'all that I've worked for students in the past who studied at Zell, and these are most widely used techniques for candidates appearing for level 1 as well. With that being said, now how do you pass CFA level 1 exam? Now the answer is not straightforward. Of course, there are a lot of efforts that you will have to put in. So the very first point that I want to talk to you all about is discipline and commitment. So until y'all show the discipline and commitment that is needed to pass an exam that is as rigorous and challenging as CFA, you will not succeed. No matter how well your faculty teaches you, or no matter how thoroughly you are able to understand the concepts, you will not pass until you're putting in a certain amount of hours per day, until you spend time practicing questions consistently every single day. So that is my first tip to you: consistency and dedication. Come up with a study plan. At Zell, we obviously help all our students to come up with a study plan, and then make sure that you're sticking to the study plan that has been given to you. Our point number 2 is being amazing with theory. Now, subjects like ethics in the CFA curriculum are often the difference between a candidate passing or failing the CFA exam. Most candidates will often focus on practical subjects, which is fair because CFA is a very, very practical or number-oriented course in general. But it is also important to focus on theory. And the reason for this is you cannot go wrong with theory. If you've studied the book, if you've read through the book 3 times, I'm sure you will not make an error. So make it a habit to go through theory, read through theory several times whenever you're revising or practicing. Number 3, a little shift in mentality. Now, what I mean by this is I have observed that a lot of students, if they're good with 80% of the syllabus, but they don't or are not good with 20% of the syllabus, they will spend all of their time on the 20% that they're not good at. And this is a very, very dangerous approach. If you want to pass the exam, I would urge you to focus most of your time towards the 80% that you're good at and ensure that you get even better at it, or at least stay at the same level. The other 20%, for example, that you're not good at, you should spend time getting better at it, but not at the cost of you losing out on the 80% that you know and understand. The fourth point I want to talk to you all about is how you practice questions. Now, when it comes to this point, what a lot of students do is when they tick an MCQ, they will only read the explanation for the right answer, which is fair. But if you truly want to build very, very strong concepts, you need to understand why the other 3 options are incorrect in the first place. Spend that extra amount of time understanding why the other 3 options are incorrect. Always read through that. It may seem a little lengthy to you, but trust me, it is worth it on the exam day. Finally, I want to talk to you all about the calculator that is used in the CFA exam. It is BA2 Plus provided by a company called Texas Instruments. Now you need to be good with your calculator. You need to know how to operate a financial calculator. You need to know how to store data in your calculator for quicker calculations. You need to be able to, calculate your cash outflows and payments and all of these things on a financial calculator. And you need to be able to do this in an efficient way. When it comes to an exam like CFA, saving even 10 seconds on a question is extremely important. So make sure you're good with this. And yeah, guys, besides that, it all comes down to your preparation. It comes down to your hard work. So as long as you put that in, I'm sure you will have a good outcome in the result. And yeah, I'd like to wish you the best. And if there's anything else we can do for you, any questions you have, you can either reach out to us for one-to-one counseling or leave it in the comments. We'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.